The story begins in the 13th century, during a time of great suffering. A terrible plague known as the Black Death spread across the land, devastating countless families. This deadly disease was no accident. It was unleashed by the Witch Queen herself. Seeking revenge for the loss of her loved ones, a group of knights embarked on a perilous mission to stop her. During the struggle, the knights fell in battle one by one, overcome by the Witch Queen's dark magic. In the end, only one knight remained, Calder. With great determination and skill, Calder managed to defeat the Witch Queen, bringing her down. But before dying, she cast a powerful curse upon him. She stabbed him in the heart and condemned him to an eternity of life, making him immortal forever. Centuries passed, and the scene shifts to modern times. Calder is now on a plane flying through the sky when a violent storm suddenly hits. But this is no ordinary storm. Calder quickly realizes that magic is at play. Looking around the cabin, he notices a girl acting strangely, using a small piece of iron and a cup of water. Calder sits next to her, and his presence makes her nervous. She instantly recognizes him as the legendary witch hunter, feared by all who practice dark magic. Without hesitation, she hands him a small package containing 3 glowing stones. Calder examines the stones and explains their power. These magical stones control the weather, and the raging storm outside is the result of them being together. To stop the chaos, he carefully separates the stones. Despite using only simple tools, his knowledge of magic proves effective. As soon as the stones are separated, the storm disappears, and the skies return to calm. Upon arriving in New York, Calder is greeted by a priest known as the 36th Dolan. For the past 800 years, the Dolans have been priests designated to help Calder in his mission. They are part of an ancient organization called the Order of the Axe and the Cross. This secret group ensures that peace remains between humans and witches, allowing witches to live freely as long as they do not harm people. Anyone who breaks this rule is imprisoned or executed. The 36th Dolan then informs Calder that he is retiring after faithfully serving for 25 years. He has chosen a successor, the 37th Dolan, who will take over his duties. To show his gratitude for years of loyal service, Calder gives the priest a rare and valuable pen as a farewell gift. That night, the 36th Dolan spends time in his office with the newly appointed 37th Dolan, discussing the future. As the younger priest leaves, a mysterious figure watches the house from the shadows. The next day, shocking news spreads. Calder's old friend, the 36th Dolan, has been found dead in his home. Calder immediately attends his funeral, mourning the loss of his trusted ally. During the ceremony, the 37th Dolan officially takes the oath to serve the Order of the Axe and the Cross, and is called to his endless battle. Wasting no time, the 37th Dolan begins his first mission, determined to uncover the truth behind the sudden death of the 36th Dolan. He and Calder visit the priest's house. They carefully check the office but find no immediate signs of magic. However, just as they are about to leave, Calder notices something strange. Several insects scattered across the floor. This is odd, as the doors and windows are completely sealed, leaving no space for the insects to enter. Calder's instincts tell him something is wrong. Upon closer inspection, he discovers traces of ancient black magic hidden in the room. Among his findings is a rare plant he hadn't seen since his battle with the Witch Queen centuries ago. As Calder pieces together the clues, he realizes that the 36th Dolan was bound on the night of his death, likely being tortured for information. Whatever the secret he was forced to reveal must have been extremely important and dangerous. Not only that, but Calder also notices that the rare pin he had given the 36th Dolan is missing. With his most reliable ally now dead, suspicion falls on the 37th Dolan, as he was the last person to see the 36th Dolan alive. However, when Calder grabs the young man's hand, he notices severe burn scars. The 37th Dolan then explains that he suffered these burns in a terrible fire that claimed the lives of his parents when he was just 5 years old. He reveals that the witches were responsible for the fire, and that it was Calder who saved him. From that day on, he vowed to become a Dolan and dedicate his life to helping Calder fight against black magic. Calder and the 37th Dolan then head to a small diner. After some investigation, they discover that the diner is run by a blind sorcerer named Max, who uses magic to attract customers. At this moment, Calder presents a rare plant of black magic to Max. Using his keen sense of smell, Max manages to detect a lingering scent on the plant and provides Calder with valuable information. Sensing that the mission ahead is dangerous, Calder instructs the 37th Dolan to leave while he continues the investigation alone. The scene then shifts to a boy coming across a path filled with sweets scattered on the ground. Curious, he follows the candies, which lead him to a hidden place at the end of a deserted alley. There, he finds a stunning garden full of trees laden with sweets. However, the peaceful scene is suddenly interrupted when Calder appears and frightens the boy. At that moment, the illusion shatters, revealing the sinister truth. This charming candy garden is merely a trap designed to lure unsuspecting children. Quickly, Calder warns the boy to get out of there and stay away from that dangerous place. Calder then enters an old abandoned building, where he finds a little girl trembling in fear. As he approaches to comfort her, she suddenly lunges at him, transforming into an adult man named Ellis. In a duel, despite the sudden attack, Calder manages to overpower Ellis, demanding answers about the murder of the 36th Dolan. At first, Ellis denies any involvement. However, when Calder finds the missing rare pen on a dusty shelf in Ellis's hideout, the truth becomes undeniable. Later, Calder brings Ellis before the Council of Witches to be judged for his crimes. To his surprise, the council immediately finds Ellis guilty and sentences him, without conducting a further investigation into possible accomplices, as Calder had hoped. A council member named Glazer insists that Ellis acted alone, claiming to have seen his fate through tarot cards. Despite this, Calder remains skeptical. He knows that Ellis has the ability to shapeshift, a type of forbidden magic not seen in over 800 years. After Ellis is imprisoned in the witch's prison, Calder notices something disturbing. An insect crawling on Glazer's shoulder, identical to those he found in the 36th Dolan's office. Alarmed, he rushes to the funeral home and opens his old friend's coffin. Conducting a simple experiment, Calder makes a shocking discovery. The 36th Dolan is not really dead. Instead, he is trapped under a powerful black magic spell, which can only be broken if the witch who cast it is killed. However, there is a time limit. If the witch is not killed within 2 days, the 36th Dolan will truly die. Examining the body more closely, Calder finds a small cut at the tip of the 36th Dolan's finger. He suspects that his old friend may have left him a hidden message, something the witch had overlooked. Following this lead, Calder returns to the 36th Dolan's office and flips through his journal. There, he finds certain words marked with blood, indicating something significant from the day he died. But Calder struggles to remember the details clearly. Seeking answers, he visits a special bar known for preparing magical potions. The owner, a woman named Chloe, may hold the key to unlocking the truth. Upon arriving at the bar, Calder asks Chloe to prepare a magical potion to help him remember his past. Initially hesitant, Chloe refuses to help the witch hunter. But when Calder threatens to shut down her business, she has no choice but to give in. As soon as the potion begins to take effect, Calder finds himself reliving the moment he killed the Witch Queen. However, before he can uncover valuable clues, he is suddenly ambushed by a man named Baltazar. Acting quickly, Baltazar injects a mysterious substance into Calder's neck, weakening him. Struggling to stay alert while still under the effects of the memory potion, Calder finds himself at a disadvantage in fighting Baltazar. Realizing that Calder might discover crucial information through the memory potion, Baltazar sets fire to Chloe's plants, ensuring she can no longer create the potion to help him. After Baltazar leaves, Chloe rushes to Calder's side, trying to wake him from the potion's influence. When Calder fully regains consciousness, Baltazar has already disappeared, leaving Chloe devastated, furious, and blaming Calder for the destruction of her business. The next morning, Chloe wakes up in Calder's house, finding him deep in research about Baltazar. Frustrated, she once again considers him responsible for ruining her livelihood and prepares to leave. However, Calder offers her a deal. If she helps him recover his lost memories, he will protect her from any threat, no matter the cost. After some hesitation, Chloe agrees to his offer. To create another memory potion, Chloe needs a rare plant, possessed only by a handful of people, including herself. She takes Calder to meet Miranda, a witch colleague who works with her. Upon arrival, Chloe immediately senses that something is wrong. None of the necessary plants are in sight. As she searches for answers, she comes across Miranda's lifeless body. At that moment, her phone suddenly rings. On the other side, Balthazar coldly confesses to having murdered Miranda. Devastated and furious, Chloe demands that Calder find Balthazar and make him pay for what he has done. Determined to find more clues, Calder and Chloe encounter a witch named Danny Kaye. At first, things seem to go well. Danny Kaye willingly hands over the rare plant needed for the potion without resistance. However, Chloe soon realizes that something is wrong with the plant. Before she can react, Danny Kaye casts an illusion spell on Calder, transporting him back in time to a moment he wished to forget, a time when his wife and daughter were still alive. In this illusion, Calder finds himself living peacefully with his family, reliving their happiest days together. Realizing the trap, Chloe uses her own magic to penetrate Calder's mind, trying to pull him back to reality. Just as Danny Kaye's men prepare to strangle him, Calder quickly regains consciousness, overpowering his attackers. He discovers evidence that Danny Kaye has been working with Balthazar all along. To force Danny Kaye to talk, Calder grabs her precious magic stone, threatening to destroy it unless she reveals what she knows about Balthazar. With no choice, Danny Kaye provides the information that Calder is seeking. Without hesitation, he hands the magic stone to Chloe, who smashes it to pieces. At the moment the stone shatters, the illusion of beauty disappears, revealing the woman's true form, which is actually a frail, wrinkled old lady. After this encounter, Calder realizes something extraordinary about Chloe. She is a dreamwalker, a rare type of witch with the ability to enter the thoughts and dreams of people. Chloe has kept this power hidden, knowing that walking in dreams is considered a dangerous form of black magic. Calder explains that she doesn't need a potion to unlock memories. Her own abilities allow her to enter his mind directly. He then asks Chloe to enter his thoughts, warning her that this involves great risks, but it is the only way to uncover the truth. Chloe finally decides to help Calder. She uses her skills to enter his mind and unravel a hidden memory. Through this, Calder learns a shocking truth. He is not the only knight who survived. Several others are still alive, including the first Dolan, the one who first uncovered the heart of the Witch Queen long ago. When the first Dolan was about to destroy the heart of the Witch Queen, he noticed something alarming. The heart was mysteriously connected to Calder's life. If he destroyed it, Calder would die too. To protect Calder, the first Dolan and the Secret Order of the Axe and the Cross made a difficult decision. They chose to hide the heart and never reveal its location, not even to Calder. Now armed with this knowledge, Calder confronts the 37th Dolan, demanding the full truth. The Dolan admits that the Order of the Axe and the Cross kept the secret to protect Calder. Then they piece together what happened. The previous Dolan, the 36th, was attacked because he knew the location of the Witch Queen's heart. He was tortured until he revealed its whereabouts. Realizing the terrible truth, Calder and the 37th Dolan conclude that Balthazar's true plan is to bring the Witch Queen back to life. Determined to prevent this from happening, Calder finds an ancient map marking the location where he killed the Witch Queen 800 years ago. He prepares to go there alone, leaving the 37th Dolan and Chloe behind. Meanwhile, Balthazar surprises the blind Max and kidnaps him. Minutes later, we see him tied to a tree, where the evil Balthazar arrives with the witch's heart and buries it before the sorcerer, declaring that he will become fertilizer for the earth that will bring his queen back. Before long, roots emerge and begin to overtake the entire body of the man. Not long after, Calder finally arrives at the location and confronts Balthazar. A fierce battle erupts, and Calder manages to kill Balthazar. However, he is too late. Balthazar has already completed the ritual, using both the heart of the Witch Queen and the body of Max to bring her back to life. Now fully revived, the Witch Queen touches Calder and steals back his immortality. Before Calder can strike her down, she disappears into the shadows. Without his immortality, Calder is left seriously injured. With Baltazar dead, the 36th Dolan is finally freed from the magic that had cursed him. As he recovers, he and Calder discuss their next move. They realize that the Witch Queen plans to unleash a terrible plague upon the world, using the powers of the imprisoned witches to bring back the terrifying plague insects. Despite this, the 36th Dolan assures Calder that he can defeat the Witch Queen once again, just as he did centuries ago. Later, Calder arms himself with the same sword he used to kill the Witch Queen before, along with special runes that control the weather. With the help of Chloe and the 37th Dolan, Calder races to the witch's prison to thwart the Witch Queen's dark plan. When they arrive, they make a horrifying discovery. The guards of the Witch Council, who once protected the prison, have been murdered. Inside, the Witch Queen is using the imprisoned witches as a powerful battery to fuel the onset of another deadly plague. Calder acts quickly. He frees Ellis, a key figure in the Queen's ritual, and instructs Chloe to enter Ellis's subconscious and destroy the Witch Queen's mental connection with the prisoners. This will temporarily disrupt her plan. While Chloe carries out the task, the 37th Dolan protects her from harm. As soon as Calder exits, he confronts the prison's guardian monster, who darts forward to recapture Ellis. However, Calder fights bravely until he can grab the monster's heart and destroy it. Chloe finds Ellis and tries to stop him, but is confronted and thrown to the ground. She fights in her mind and manages to knock him down from a height of a pit, killing him both mentally and physically. With this, the ritual is paralyzed. Shortly after, Calder encounters the Witch Queen, and a fierce battle begins. Calder shows that his humanity does not prevent him from fighting with skill and confidence. Just when it seems that Calder might gain the upper hand, the 37th Dolan appears, holding Chloe hostage. The shocking truth is revealed. The 37th Dolan seeks revenge against Calder for killing his parents. He is the son of a family of sorcerers that Calder once executed. However, despite being born into a family of magic users, the 37th Dolan possesses no magical abilities. Filled with hatred, he shoots at Calder several times, leaving him weak and defenseless on the floor. Seeing his chance, the Witch Queen approaches Chloe. She uses her dark powers to connect Chloe's mind with the other witches, strengthening the magical bond needed to complete the deadly curse of the plague. At the same time, above New York, a dark, ominous swarm of plague insects fills the sky, ready to bring destruction. Desperate for power, the 37th Dolan kneels before the Witch Queen, pleading for her to grant him true magical abilities. However, instead of fulfilling his request, the Witch Queen betrays him. Without hesitation, she kills him. Meanwhile, Calder, on the brink of death, has a vision of his wife and daughter. They encourage him to rise and continue his fight. With renewed determination, Calder awakens. Using the weather control runes, he summons a powerful bolt of light, channeling its energy into his sword. With all his strength, he hurls the sword at the Witch Queen, hitting her and burning her to ashes. The power of the curse returns to Calder, and just as he prepares to end the existence of the Witch Queen and his own, Chloe intervenes and stops him. She reminds him that there are even greater evils lurking in the darkness, threats far worse than the Witch Queen. She convinces him that his fight is not yet over. The story concludes with Calder and the 36th Dolan sharing a light-hearted conversation. The 36th Dolan decides to delay his retirement, choosing to stay by Calder's side. Chloe also commits to staying with them. Together, the three form a new team, free from the control of the Order of the Axe and the Cross, ready to face any dangers that come their way.